Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zane here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Just gonna jump into today's episode, currently with a rating of 1757, so we're in the mid 1700s now after picking up two nice wins in yesterday's episode, so we'll see if we can continue the streak and hopefully climb into the 1800s, as that is the goal with the team for the week. Once again, huge shoutouts to Enosh for the hookup. He did get second at Massachusetts Regionals with this team, so thank you to him, and give him a follow on Twitter if you don't already. He's a fantastic player, one of the best the game's ever seen in North America, and a really cool team builder as well. Twitter's in the description below, but that's Enosh, E-N-O-S-H, and then his last name, S-H-A-C-H-A-R. So, gonna look for the first game of today's episode. As always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. Would really appreciate it. And we'll see what we can find in today's episode. We've run into some pretty interesting and fun stuff so far. Just, you know, kind of all around shenanigans, from stuff like Ho-Oh and Porygon Z to you know, more tech stuff like Will-O-Wisp on Talonflame. So we'll see if we run into anything crazy today. But it's going to be Star-Lord from Canada with a rating of 1690. And as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. Would really appreciate it. He's running a team of Thundurus, Salamence, Xerneas, Amoonguss, Crobat, and Groudon. So Xern Groudon here with Crobat. Feels like an Yveltal team if you replace the Xerneas with Yveltal. But my opponent opting for the Xerneas option instead. I think Ferrothorn's going to be really good here if I can eliminate Groudon, but doing so might be a little bit difficult. Oh, Crest feels like it's good here. Like, Thunder Wave is so good. Especially if I can, I guess, skill swap on Groudon, but then it's taking out a Amoonguss is still an issue. Definitely want a Weavile lead here. I feel like Weavile Groudon's not bad. Maybe I'll go Weavile, Groudon, Ferrothorn, or Rayquaza. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out when to bring Crest with this team and when not to. And the reason why I'm inclined not to bring Crest here is because Xerneas can Geomancy on it. And then Crest is just kind of a sitting duck, like literally. And without Psychic, I can't do substantial damage to Crobat. Like, I'm only Icy Winding. I do have Thunder Wave and Helping Hand, both which are obviously really good moves. But he can taunt me as well without Mentorb and two potential taunt uses in Crobat and Thundurus. You know, I have to think twice about bringing Crest. So I'm going for the more offensive route, and you know, I can punish Amoonguss as well through Groudon and through Rayquaza. So we'll see how this plays out. One sec. Yeah. Okay. So he is going to lead with Thundurus and Mence. Not exactly an unfamiliar lead against Weavile Groudon, which I actually feel like is quite excellent for me, because I can go straight for the Fake Out Eruption play. The question is, do I want to predict Protect? Could also Icicle Crash Eruption. Actually kind of like that option more, yeah. I want to Feint Eruption really badly, but who would I feint? Yeah, I'm just gonna Icicle Crash Mence and Eruption. Worst case, he Thunder Waves me. He doesn't have a Kyogre switch in, which is the most important thing here, so I'm free to spam Eruption, which is why I wanted to lead with Groudon here. Like, he literally can't touch my Groudon. I guess unless he's like a offensive, like not your typical Thundurus variant. Especially if he has something like Grass Knot. But the Icicle Crash covers any switch in Salamence can have. If he protects and Thunder Waves, that's fine. Bring Thundurus down to its presumed Focus Sash, and the next time I can like Feint Eruption. Although I suppose that's the best play for my opponent. Protect Salamence and Thunder Wave. So maybe I should have just faked out Thundurus and Eruption. But we'll see if Mence decides to go ballsy and attack. Thundurus protects. Maybe it's a double protect. Oh, nice. Yeah, he was hoping I'd go for a feint and a fake out into the Thundurus slot. But not the case, and Icicle Crash deletes Salamence from the field. That's really nice for me here. You know, just Salamence is kind of a nuisance. And that clears the field for, you know, I mean, that's an instant lead for me here. He has to bring in either Groudon or Xerneas. I'm hoping to see Groudon, actually, and it is going to be Groudon, which is perfect. Because now what I can do is, I mean, I guess it's scary if he is max speed and special as well. I'd assume he's Precipice Blades, but that could be problematic. Because I want to Feint End Earth Power here. That might not be necessary, though. I mean, let's say he protects. Yeah, he can't do anything with Thunderous. I'm just going to Ice Cold Crash Earth Power. Because if I can eliminate Thunderous, that's also really helpful. But he does protect. But what does Thunderous do? Like, you can't do much other than T-Volt or T-Wave. Yeah, that's what he goes for. Hopefully Ice Cold Crash connects on Thunderous. That would be so good. Nice. So I'm okay with that, because now I can put Thunderous in Extreme Speed KO range as well, maybe. Actually, that does less. It's probably Citrus, yeah. But I still don't think he has very much that he can do right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna Ice Cold Crash Earth Power again. Because if I eliminate Groudon, I win. And I outspeed Groudon. Don't know if that was a speed tie or not. He actually hangs on, but that's fine. He's in KO range from Extreme Speed now. He's probably going to Thunderbolt Precipice Blades here. Yep. Yep. Doesn't crit Groudon. Good. So we've seen Thunderbolt, Thunderwave, Protect. So he either has Hidden Power or Taunt as his last one. Doesn't matter really to me. I'll bring in Rayquaza now. And now I can just Extreme Speed Groudon. I mean, he has to Protect. Do I want to Mega Evolve? Is there any? Might as well, right? Yeah. Could Draco Thunderous. Let's just Extreme Speed. Because I actually don't want to knock out Thunderous, because I don't want him to get a free switch into Xerneas. So it's like, okay, if you protect Groudon, then you get maybe a Hidden Power off or a Thunder Wave off, and I get an Eruption off to get some damage. And then you're like, oh, isn't that kind of bad, right? You don't get a knockout. But then the next turn, I can just Extreme Speed again onto the Groudon. Although I suppose he could switch out. He is going to protect Groudon, which I think he should. But no reason to overextend here on a play. So Extreme Speed is going to go into the Protect. He's going to Thunder Wave, yep. And that's perfectly fine with me, because now I can just attack next turn as well. Let's see how much Eruption this Thunder is. Probably not much, obviously. I'm very low HP, and there's no Sun Up, so maybe like 10-15%. Wow, even less. But that's fine with me. Hopefully he's not disconnecting here. Okay, good. Because this is still a game, for sure. I think it's not a speed tie, so I think I'm just going to Draco Thunderous. Then I do risk speed ties, I guess. I mean, Thunderous having an offensive attack. I think if you're my opponent, you should switch Groudon out into Xerneas. I guess since he protected, I could go for the Dragon Ascent and the Earth Power play. He stays in, actually. Okay. Let's see what Thunderous goes for. I mean, that's fine. I lock out Groudon, which means now Ferrothorn wins the game. Most likely. And he just Thunderbolts. Nice. So he doesn't have Hidden Power then. And with the Assault Vest, that does 23 damage. Yeah, fully paralyzed, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I think Ferrothorn still seals up the deal here. Although it's scary, because he's gonna Geomancy here, presumably. Or we could just Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, I haven't won this yet. I'm gonna Extreme Speed to get the chip damage I need to knock it out. And I'll just Thunderbolt here. Oh, actually, Thunderbolt's not going to do very much. I should have just Earth Powered Xerneas. Yeah, and that Xerneas is clearly a faster, slower, bulkier variant. He's going to Thunderbolt into my Ray again. Let's see if he Dazzling Gleams or Moonblasts. Or Geomancies. He just Dazzling Gleams. So, I think Rayquaza hangs on from this. It should definitely. Oh, actually, both of my Pokemon survived. I actually did not want the survival there on Rayquaza. But that's okay. Now what I do is... Yeah, I actually want to switch into Ferrothorn this time. And I'll just Earth Power Xerneas. Yeah. The reason why I want to switch into Ferrothorn is because I want to force him to Dazzling Gleam. Like, if I have Xerneas, excuse me, Rayquaza and Ferrothorn out at the same time, that's a lot harder on my opponent. So, like I mentioned, I was setting this up for Ferrothorn to win the game. He could have Hidden Power. He's going to protect Thundurus, but that's why I didn't target into it. Thundurus is absolutely useless to me right now. And I'm faster, so I actually get an Earth Power off before he gets a potential Geomancy off, which is actually a big deal. It's a lot of damage there. And he does go for the Geomancy setup. So unless he has Hidden Power or Fire here, should be game. Though I guess you can go for Thunder Wave Power Hacks. Actually, yeah, that's what my opponent should do. Which is scary, which is definitely scary. So what I'm going to do here is just Gyro Ball and Thunderbolt, because if you protect Xerneas, then I get a Thunderbolt off. That might actually even knock out Thundurus. Probably not, but I'll put it in Extreme Speed KO range at least. And he does protect with Xerneas, which I think is the good play. And you probably Thunder Wave Ferrothorn here. Oh no, he's not going for Thunder. What is he attacking with? We're not going to find out because Thunderbolt just knocks out. I was really scared he had like HP Fire there on Thundurus, but Groudon being so speedy here because my opponent opting for bulkier variants is a big deal as well. So now I can just Gyro Ball, and even if you have Hidden Power, then Earth Power will put you in Extreme Speed KO range. So he has really no answer, and you see he's going to Dazzling Gleam, so that should be game. But I really wanted to see what Thundurus is going for there, because it didn't reveal its fourth attack the entire course of the game, and you would have expected maybe a Taunt or a Thunder Wave onto Ferrothorn, but not the case. So I would have to guess a Superpower or a Hidden Power or something of the sort. Obviously we can't tell, but yeah. This was one of the games where, you know, I had a game plan, and it was knock out Groudon, which is the only threat to Ferrothorn, and then Ferrothorn wins. That's basically exactly what happened there. So we do pick up a win in our first game of today's episode. A little bit scary here and there, but, you know, just having max speed special Groudon so nice because against other Groudon mirrors, you typically had the advantage. Very few Groudons are fully special. Most, you know, tend to run Precipice Blades because it's such a darn good move, but Earth Power and Thunderbolt are actually really helping. Thunderbolt being a really consistent option of damage as we saw there against the Thundurus. So that actually puts us in the, you know, higher end of the 1700s, only 29 points away from 1800. That is my goal really with Enosh's team for the week, so let's see if we can get there. 2 more wins should put us there, but yeah, really, really exciting first game, and now we're going to look for our second game of today's episode. Otherwise, in terms of looking at that match, I mean, that first turn played out so well, right? Like, I got the Icicle Crash and immediately eliminated Salamence from the field. I don't know the damage calc on that. I don't know whether he's hasty or naive. If he's hasty, that's probably a guaranteed knockout. If not, maybe he could survive that, but once again, I'm not sure on the calcs there. But he was definitely hoping for a Fake Out and an Eruption, expecting a Protect from Mence, but I was like, okay, Mence is the bigger threat here, right? If you get a Hyper Voice off, then you immediately reduce my Hyper or my Eruption damage. In worst case, you Thunder Wave and I Eruption you, and given like he didn't have Focus Sash, then I actually would have just eliminated the Groudon from the field. And then he's forced to bring in Xerneas or Groudon. I guess maybe that actually would have worked out for better for my opponent. If you protect Mence turn 1, Thunder Wave the Weavile. Obviously a little bit risky because if I Feint Eruption then or Fake Out Eruption, then you don't get anything off. But yeah, if you Thunder Wave, I'm trying to think how could I play it out. Like, his goal was to get the Geomancy set up while his Groudon was still alive. We're going to find Sam for our second opponent of the day. Pretty low rating and a very interesting team, bar the Xerneas Groudon. Like, the bottom two is like, okay, Xerneas Groudon, that's VGC 16, and then you see, like, Milotic, Archeops, Metagross, and Bravely, which are all, like, I mean, Milotic was seen a lot in 2015. Metagross occasionally, you know, we did use it on Road to Rank last year. Bravely occasionally, too. Bravely's been a pretty solid Pokemon in VGC in the years that's been allowed, though. You know, I won a regional with it back in 2013, and with Focus Sash, you know, it was often seen with like the Liepard Breloom combination. I know back in 2013 we also saw occasionally Life Orb or even Fighting Gem. Randy Quagg almost top cut worlds with the Fighting Gem Breloom with Superpower, and the Archeops here, which I really don't know what to expect from, but never underestimate these teams, that's for sure. I think Crest might actually be good here. Thunder Wave just helps out against everything. So I'll go Crest. Actually, this feels like another game where it's like if I eliminate Groudon, Ferrothorn wins. Breloom's actually the main concern I have right now. Groudon's really good here too. Maybe I'll just go like Kang Groudon, Ferrothorn, Rayquaza. I like that. So this should be an interesting match. Obviously my opponent's rating only in the 1500s, but you know, higher end of the 1500s, and you never want to underestimate anyone in Pokemon. Especially when it looks like their team is just full of Pokemon that like you wouldn't expect to do well. That's one of the easiest ways to just lose a match, because a lot of times they are actually built competitively and have, you know, ways to beat you. But we see the Archeops Breloom lead here. Okay. So I could just fake out Eruption, which is what I'm tempted to do. I mean, he could Spore, I guess, or Fighting type attack with Breloom, but it's not that big of a concern. Yeah, I think I'm honestly just gonna Eruption and fake Archeops. Since I'm max speed Groudon, I mean, unless he's Scarf Breloom, which he very well may be. But that was another variant we would see occasionally. I mean, when you think of Spore users, like, it's always Amoonguss, but Breloom, you know, you typically either saw with Scarf or Sash, so to be able to get one Spore off. And here, like, I'm assuming, I mean, if he doesn't protect Archeops and I just get the Fake Out and the Eruption off, like, that's a knockout and almost like 2 knockouts. If he does protect, you know, that does make it a little bit trickier, but we'll see. He actually does go for the protect. Okay, cool. Does Breloom protect or does he Spore? Double protect there. Which I'm fine with. I don't know how fast Archeops is. I could double edge Thunderbolt. I actually like that. Don't want to get it. Now I don't want to get put to sleep. Oh, he actually goes for the Mach Punch though onto Kangaskhan. Wow, that is a lot of damage. And he just Rock Slides. Good play. It is less than I expected there to Groudon, but hopefully no Flinch. Flinch would actually be really bad. I do get the Thunderbolt off, which is good. Wow. Oh, and he's sashed, so Breloom's not sashed. Okay. Oh, now I can just bring in Rayquaza. But the question is, do I want to predict the protect? Oh no, he can't be sashed with Breloom. What am I saying? So yeah, I'll just Eruption and Extreme Speed. Don't think he has any out here. He's gonna protect Breloom, but Archeops can't do anything. Maybe going for a last ditch Tailwind. But that was a good play. The Mach Punch, Rock Slide double target there. Makes you wonder what item Breloom has here, because if it's not Scarf or Sash, and it can't be Fighting Gem, obviously. Really have no idea. Probably see Xerneas coming out here. Yeah. But I'm cool with that, because I can just Dazzling Gleam and Eruption. And he still doesn't have much for that. Sorry, not Dazzling Gleam, Dragon Ascent. Like, if you Geomancy, then you're just in Extreme Speed KO range, and he's staying in with both. So this should be really good for me here. I'm faster with the Rayquaza, which is also interesting to know. But we'll see whether Xerneas attacks here, whether he Geomancies. And I'm actually, he's a really bulky Xerneas. I mean, Dragon Ascent still did so much damage there, as I just knock out Breloom. I suspect we'd see Geomancy. Yep. But now I just Extreme Speed knock you out. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised on that one. I don't think, I mean, maybe he's like unevied and IV'd. I don't know. But yeah, that's just surprising there, because it should be doing, I mean, I shouldn't be doing that much damage if you're that slow. So now he's going to bring in Groudon, I presume. I mean, if it's not Groudon, he's just screwed because I have Ferrothorn. But even Groudon's fine because your Groudon can't touch my Rayquaza, so I just safely Extreme Speed into Xerneas. Even if you protect, I just Earth Power. So a lot of this team, because of how hyper offensive it is, feels like it's like, okay, how do I put my opponents in positions where even if he goes for the safe protect, like I can still win the game by making safe plays because I just get all this guaranteed damage off. And this game really just feels like that. So I'll just Earth Power and Extreme Speed. He has the hope, I mean, he would have to be max speed, have to win the speed tie, and he's not going to protect with either, so that Extreme Speed should just knock out Xerneas. Yep. Nice. And that should be game. Because now it's 3-on-1, regardless of what Groudon does here, you know, he doesn't have enough firepower. I'm going to get the Earth Power off as well. And that actually survives, so, you know, evidently my opponent, you know, not just running random Pokemon with EVs and IVs, as his Earth Power retaliates and picks up the knockout on Groudon. So, if it's, like, if he had survived, or even if he had gotten the Geomancy before the Eruption, that all could have been a big deal. But Extreme Speed was a guaranteed knockout by far at that point. So Ferrothorn ends up actually, being the Pokemon that doesn't come into play, but this is one of the games where it's like, if you bring your Groudon early game and I eliminate it, then you're screwed, because then Ferrothorn wins. If you bring it late game, then chances are, I don't need Ferrothorn, because I've already played around it, played around your Groudon. That ends up being the second case there. So, shorter episode for you guys today, but 2 pretty nice games, and that has put us really close to the 1800s, so I'm hoping we can hit it in the next episode. It's pretty cool to see an Archeops and a Breloom there. Did actually give us some trouble. I know you would imagine a flinch onto a Groudon actually would have been a big deal, so I should have presumed that Kangaskhan was going down there and made a protect play or something of the sorts, but yeah, it's just something for the future. That's why you should never underestimate your opponent or their Pokemon. But it's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.